Hello, welcome back. This video is for Math 154, Week 9. We're meeting online for the next couple of weeks until April 4th for right now. But if you have any questions or concerns, please email me at sson@mvcc.edu or message me on Canvas. I will be available online during our class time Monday, Wednesday from 9:30 to 10:45, and during my office hour if you email me and ask me hey, can we meet for the office hour, then I'm gonna send you a link to click on for Zoom. We're gonna meet over Zoom or Skype, whichever method you prefer, or you can just email me. But I will be available online for you during class time and office hour times. So please know that my email address is right here. But many of you message me on Canvas, and I will be able to respond back within like 24 hours. Okay. Week 9 assignment list for you right here they're due on March 22nd, Sunday, just like how we've been doing for the last 8 weeks. You have 3 things due this weekend. Excel homework 4.1, Excel homework 4.2, and My Math Lab homework 4.1. Now, I've been doing the same thing that we've been doing before. The Excel homeworks, I have the Google Slides for you. I have the YouTube videos for you, and these links all work. So but you're not required to watch the videos or go through the slides. But there are just some extra resources for you to use for this week's Excel homework. But the 4.1 My Math Lab homework, now you know how we usually just go over the math lessons in class and you go and do the math homework. I will ask you to keep on watching for the 4.1 lesson so that you can try My Math Lab homework 4.1, okay? Continue to work on Project 1 gradebook, please. It was due this Sunday, but I changed it to March 29th Sunday so that we can spend more time talking about Project 1 this week and next week, okay? But this will be great things for us to talk during office hour over Zoom or on Skype or just simply by email. But I do have the submission link open already. So if you would like to submit what you have so far, I can take a look at it, I can grade it, I can give you feedback, and we can continue to do that until March 29th. And then I will close the submission link on the 29th, okay? So for attendance grade this week, please complete this quick Google form survey. Just your name. And I'll try to come up with something different every week to take attendance, because I do want to keep attendance and see if you are still with me, even though we're doing this remotely. Your name, your instructor's email address. My email address is listed on Canvas or on that Google slide, sson@mvcc.edu. Please know that I'm available online, even though we're not really having face-to-face meetings. And what are the 3 assignments due this Sunday? You need to do Excel homework 4.1 Rent, 4.2 Urban, and My Math Lab homework 4.1. Now, 4.2 and Project 1 Gradebook, these are due next week. So after submitting that, clicking on that quick survey, you submit it, and that's how I will know that you are back from your spring break, ready to learn Math 154 online. Okay. Anyways, that's it for this quick. That is it for this quick Google slides. Just me going over what's due this week. But I'm gonna continue recording so that I can record the quick lesson for lesson 4.1 percentage. If you would like to try the 4.1 My Math Lab homework on your own without watching the rest of the video, try that if you want to. I think these are not that challenging because we're on the very first section. It's really about percentages, like part over whole equal percent over 100. So if you took math MTT classes before, you've probably seen these. But for the next about 30 to 40 minutes, I will go over some examples that I prepared to help you learn, master 2 learning objectives that I have in mind. But anyways, let me go back and start teaching you lesson 4.1, okay? All right. So chapter 4 is about percentages, and the very first section that we're going over this week, we have two learning objectives. The first one is to understand the rates per hundred, and the second one, we are going to go from percentages to fractions and to decimals, go back and forth, okay? All right, so let's look at the very first one. What is a percentage? It's a ratio which the second quantity has been scaled to 100. It's out of 100. So when they say, oh, 54%, we're really thinking about 54 out of 100, okay? So for the first learning objective 1, I want you to write this down. Part over whole equals percent over 100. Now, we've been solving so many different things using cross multiplying. So as long as you know how to set this up, you will be able to solve for the unknown. So just this piece right here, part over whole equals percent out of 100. That's the proportion that we will be using in this 4.1 section, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the first example. Let's look at what we are given. We have part equals 5 and whole equals 20. Now, I'm going to use this proportion that we have, part over whole equals percent over 100, and set up something like this. So I got 5 over 20, part over whole equals percent, the unknown, I don't know what the percent is yet, over 100. Now, you can solve this using cross multiplying, but take a look. If I want percent by itself, I can just simply multiply both sides by 100. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. And then these hundreds will cancel out. And if you type in 100 times 5 over 20, you will get the answer is 25%. Okay, so that's how I would do something like this. But you may be given maybe the whole and a percent this time. So say that the whole is 50 and percent is 12, and I'm just still going to use this proportion right here. So think about this. What's going to be the proportion? We will have part over, the part is unknown this time, 50. We do know that the whole is 50, equals percent is 12, so we did 12 over 100. Now let's try to solve for part this time. If you're trying to solve for part is getting divided by 50 right now, right? So how do you undo division of 50? You will multiply both sides by 50. So multiply both sides by 50, what happened? 50 cancels out, so we get part equals 12 over 100 times 50. You can type this in your calculator. 12 divided by 100 times 50. The answer is 6. Okay? So these are the basic types of our first learning objective. We were trying to understand the rates per 100, and this is how we can. We were using the part over whole equals percent over 100 proportion to solve these problems. And there are some word problems that we can go over. I don't have them on my slide this time, but if you email me, or I may be able to record another video going over some of the homework problems if you would like those, just let me know, okay? Well, let's look at the second objective, just going from percentages to fractions and decimals and going back and forth, okay? So, example 3, let's find percent notation. The first one I have is 2 over 5. Go ahead and divide 2 by 5, and then we multiply by 100. That's how we do this. So, 2 over 5, just divide and multiply by 100. We can do this using that percent over 100. Yeah, we can. Let me show you. Let's see. So I'm gonna get this Word doc open, and let me try this 2 over 5. Okay, so that was 2 over 5, right? So the part is 2, whole is 5. Now if I want to find percent, you can see that we're gonna multiply both sides by 100. Multiply by 100 on the left side and multiply the right side by 100. So if you do that, the hundreds will cancel out and the percent is simply going to be 100 times 2 over 5. So just divide 2 over 5, 2 divided by 5, and multiply by 100. That will work. So going back to my slides, it's going to be 40%. Okay, maybe I'll show you how I'm typing this in my tiny calculator over here. So I'm doing 2 divided by 5, and then I will multiply 100. So that's how we got 40%. Now, if you're simply going from decimal to percent, you just multiply that by 100. So 0.53 times 100, or just simply moving the decimal places to the right, the answer is 53%. And in our previous chapters, we've been kind of working with percent, so I know you are okay with these. Multiply 0.053 by 100, you will get 53%. All right, let's go backward. Now, what if we are given percentage and we're trying to go to reduce fraction and a decimal? So say that we got 83% and 75%. Now, writing the fraction is easy. It's just going to be out of 100, right? So 83% is 83 over 100. 75% is simply 75 over 100. Now, 83 over 100 is reduced, but as you can see, 75 over 100 needs to be simplified a little more, right? So, we just keep on going. Well, it looks like this one right here, I just found the decimal. 83 divided by 100 got me 0.83. And as you can see, 75 and 100 are both divisible by 25. So I got a reduced fraction of 3 over 4. And what's that in decimal? That's going to be 0.75. And that's what 75% is in decimal. 0.75 divided by 100 is going to give you 0.75. Now, something like this, you may see something like this on your homework where we have a big table and we're converting from percentages to fractions and decimals. So let's try to fill out this big table together, okay? This will be my last example, and I'll ask you to try one on your own, okay? So first, I see there is 4.5%. How do we write that in fraction? Well, simply write it as, whoopsie, let me do the other one first. Let's do this one first. That's 275 out of 100. So the numerator is the percentage because that's just out of 100. Because 275 over 100 is going to be 275%. So if you're going from fraction that has 100 in the bottom to a percentage, then it's just going to be the numerator. So the 275 over 100 is simply 275%. Okay? What if we go from percentages to fraction? Like you have 4.5%. Well, just put that over 100. So 4.5 out of 100. Okay? All right, what's next? Let's go from this 0.0023 to percentage. And you have to multiply this small decimal by... Oh, I'm messing up on all of these orders, sorry. Now, let's convert these fractions into decimals. Simply divide 4.5 divided by 100, and then 275 divided by 100, and you will get these corresponding decimals, okay? Now, the next one, I bet, is this one down here. So go from decimal to percentage, you multiply by 100. So if you have 0.0023, that's the same thing as 0.23%. Now, if you want to write that in fraction, just put this number, not just 23, but the whole 0.23 over 100. So this 0.23% in fraction format is 0.23 out of 100. Okay? Now, the very last one, 100%. Well, 100% in fraction is going to be 100 over 100. And if you divide 100 by 100, you will simply get 1. Now, I have one example for you to try. Now, stop the video and write this down on a piece of paper and try this, okay? Maybe next week I'll ask you to scan it and submit it, but since this is our first week going online, I'll just ask you to try this on a piece of paper. So stop the video now and then try this, okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to show you the answer so that you can check them. Now in class, I usually collect them for classwork grade, but we should probably try something different now since we're doing everything online. Now check the answers for me. Ta-da! So that's it, and you can tell where I got that from, right? This is actually one of the homework problems. Hopefully you get something with different numbers so that you can try on yourself. But fractions over 100, these are really just that number over 100, this number over 100. And then the decimals are just percentages divided by 100. And if you're going backward from decimal to percentages, you just multiply this number by 100, okay? So that 100 is the key in this section. Now, that was super short. Now, let's try some homework problems together. But I want you to try them first. Try the homework problems. Want you to start these before Sunday because everything is due on Sunday. There are some word problems. Like, for example, yeah, why not? Let's try a couple together, okay? So I'm going to open up the homework 4.1. It's got 20 problems here. And the first one that you have is the part over whole. We know how to do something like this. Number 2, something similar to what we did. Now this one looks a little different. Let's try just this one real quick. Set up the percent proportion. And this fraction right here, let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see everything. The second fraction on the right side has 100 in the bottom. So what number should I put on top of this fraction? I should put the 30% or 30, right? So put the 30 here. And on the other one, you do know that the other fraction is going to be part over whole. So what is the part of 900 is 270. Now, I didn't mention this in before, but I guess before in class sometime, but not in this video. Whatever that comes after of is going to be your whole. So after of, this is going to be the bottom of the fraction. So put 900 in the bottom of the fraction. And then the 270 is going to be on top of the fraction. So 270 over 900 equals 30 over 100. That's the answer for mine. Let me go ahead and click check. Check answer. Yes. All right, let's try one more. Oh, word problem. All of the 160 people attending a movie theater, all of the 160 people, see, whatever that comes after of is going to be the bottom of the fraction, the whole. 146 bought buttered popcorn. Okay, so that 146 is going to be the part. Okay, and what percent bought buttered popcorn? Oh, that's the unknown, right? That is the unknown. So that's it. And I know you get more than one attempt per question, so if you're missing them, I'll try a couple other problems. But if you're absolutely lost, please know that I'm available to help you, okay? You email me, we set up a Zoom appointment, and we'll do these homework problems together. Let me maybe try like 3 more, and then I'll stop the class, okay? Now find the percent using the percent proportion. 270 meals is what percent of 360 meals? Okay, now when you do your homework, I know for the online homework, you don't really feel like you need to write anything down, but I do suggest you write some work down on a piece of paper. Like I will use the Word doc here, but if you're using a piece of, if you're doing this and if you have a piece of paper, you can use that. Now let's see. 270 meals is what percent of 360 meals? Okay, so whatever the part that comes after of is going to be the total or the whole. So let me put 360 in the bottom of the fraction. And what goes on top of the fraction? 270. Now they're asking what percent, so we solved it. We got it. We didn't solve it for it yet. But if you want percent by itself, what will you do to both sides? Multiply both sides by 100. So I will take this, well, and then I'll just multiply this side by 100 and this side by 100. Oopsies. As you can see, dividing by 100 and multiplying by 100 cancels out. So our answer is simply going to be 100 times 270 divided by 360. I have my little calculator right here. Okay, let me type in 100 times 270 divided by 360. And I hit enter. The answer is 75%. So let me type in percent is 75. Ooh. Check answer. Looks great. Okay. So they're gonna give you different word problems, but you know the idea is still the same. We just keep on using this part over whole, percent over 100 proportion to set something up and solve for the unknown. And I only tried 3 problems with you here, but like something like this, you know, we tried it together on the slides. So maybe we'll look at something different. Oh, maybe let's try the very last one, number 20. But I can continue to try the other homework problems if this is helpful. So in case you're trying this homework on your own and you got stuck on number 17 and you need help, I need you to just let me know, email me, okay? But let's try number 20 and let's stop the class, okay? Number 20, Sharon needs 64 credits to graduate from her community college. So far, she has earned 40 credits. What percent of the required credit does she have? Okay, so I'm gonna use my part over whole. So out of, she needs 64 credits to graduate. That's the whole number here. She needs 64 in total. But right now she has how many? She has only 40 so far. Well, not only, she's almost done, I think. 40 credits so far. And they said what percent of the required credits does she have? So we set up something like this. Now, to have percent by itself, I will multiply both sides by 100. So let me get my calculator and do 100 times 40 divided by 64. So she has earned 62.5% of the required credits. 62.5% of the required credits. Check answer. Yes, that was good. Now this one was a little bit short, 4.1, because, well, it's the first section of chapter 4, but please, whenever you get stuck, let me know. Email me, message me on Canvas. It looks like I have 20 messages in my inbox right now. I should go through them and write you back. But I think that will be enough for the very first online class. We will continue this. Now you will have to go to like these ones. Like if you want to do the Excel homework 4.1 now, then you're going to go back to the modules, and that's where you can find the links to these videos.
Hello, this video is for Excel homework 4.1 rent.
Okay, so you know where everything is since you've been doing the Excel homeworks and the video portions on Canvas before even on all this. So I'll wait for your emails. Okay, please. We can talk over Zoom or Skype if you feel like you're lost, you know, because we're making a big change here. Okay, but that's enough. That's really it, and well, I will talk to you later then. Thank you.